I've purchased some goodies off of AliExpress and I'm going to show you what we've got. I've always wanted to do a video like this, but before I do go ahead and continue, shout out to two channels that I've seen do this on the regular, and that's Jfixx and NanoFix. I'll leave a link to their channels down below in the description. Any items that you see in this video will also be linked down below in the description and will be affiliated, so I get a little kickback if you decide to go ahead and use that link to buy anything on either website. Let's have a look at our first thing today that we are actually not going to look at in this video, because I genuinely believe this deserves a video on its own. This is a Jfixx, I'm going to go with Jfixx T3B Smart Soldering Station. Now, I said I wasn't going to open it, but I do just want to show you exactly what it comes with. I think it just comes with the actual station itself. I can't remember, actually, instead of getting all that out, this is the exact one I got. Actually, it was a T3B T210 set. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a dedicated video on this. And in the same breath, I'm going to do the exact same. I'm really sorry. I bought this bad boy, which is an AFN A9E soldering station as well. And this, I think, comes with all three different handles. So again, this will be its own separate little video. I'm just super excited to get, I feel like a little kid at Christmas sort of thing. We've got three separate irons here, by the way. So I've got like a real small micro soldering one. I've got like the bigger one, and then I've got the beast. Actually, I can't tell which one is the beast. I think this one is the biggest. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a whole dedicated video on that, and maybe I can do a comparison between the two irons, see which one I prefer. Let me get in to my most important thing I think I purchased today. Yes, I'm not joking. Mechanic now do ESD gloves. So I got these Port West ones, and these are actually quite new, to be honest. I'm going to quickly do a test on these to see if they are snug and worth it. Because if so, they're cheaper ultimately. And I just want to... Ooh, they're a lot stretchier, I'll tell you that for free. What size was this? I don't even know what size. This one was, just so I know. This is large, I believe. Did I get any others just to be safe? That's a large. What about here? Large? Did I just get large on every single one? I thought I would have maybe got a medium pair. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. Let's go. I've got... And they're like the anti-slip, but potentially not as anti-slip as what these ones are. You best believe I'm wearing these to see how I get on with them. I know it's just gloves, but for me, if you know JDT and the brand, gloves are pretty much everything. Why do I wear gloves? Well, I've actually always said that I've naturally had sweaty hands, and there was a bit of a fear that when I was working with electronic components, I'd be worried about shorting things out because of just having water there, which I know isn't necessarily how everything works, but it just got me used to working in gloves, every single day. But upon recent research, I use leaded solder and flux and whatnot, and actually it's saving my skin because your skin absorbs everything, right? So if I'm using leaded solder and I don't have gloves, that lead has a chance to seep into my skin. However, wearing the gloves protects me from that. Now, these parts are not as sticky as what the Port West ones are. I can definitely confirm that. But that can be good, it can be bad. But I'm going to have to give these like an overall sort of test, aren't I? But yeah, I mean, they feel, like gloves, ironically. But I'm excited to use these long term and give them a little bit of a spin. That was the first thing I bought. I was really happy to get those. What have we got next? This little thing, man. I'm excited for this little thing as well. What is it, I can hear you all asking? It is a soldering iron holder. Yep, you heard it hit first. This thing, it says solder tip storage. It's from Mechanic again, just because Mechanic have a lot of, soldering tools available. Look at that. How cool. It's pretty weighty, as you can imagine, because it needs to hold the actual tips to go in. But these are my Hakko ones. I'm just going to see. Yeah, perfect. The only thing with the Hakko ones is that I've got these things on as well. But look at that, man. That's so much better. I love it. Actually does take up quite a lot of spaces. But I have the new stations, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to fit all of the separate ones in rows and whatnot. Thinking about it, I maybe should have got two of these bad boys for, the soldering irons I have and just had one each. But nonetheless, we move on. Yes, you guessed it. These are bamboo. They're 100 pieces in each. I think there's 500 in here total. I currently use Johnson's ones, and these are quite expensive on Amazon, so I thought maybe if I can try these ones on AliExpress, in which case I don't know how they're going to hold up. The bamboo ones seem to be pretty weak. Let's put it to the test right now. Here I have a Nintendo Switch. I'm just going to pour some IPA on and just see what happens. Don't forget, this flux here has been probably sat here for a while. Is it going to break apart very easily? Who knows? I mean, you can see that it's kind of not leaving anything behind, which is good. No fibers or anything like that. except for here, because it's there's a lot of flux here. Let me just turn that around. That's not... I mean, it does an okay job. There's just quite a lot of fibers, for example, that have been left behind. I'll include these in this video as well, because I didn't actually mention these when I purchased them, but they are like Nano cleaning sponges, and they're actually not too bad, again, by Mechanic Shock. There's a pro and a con to these, I feel. I obviously love the form factor. They just come in a little box and you just tear off one. It's pretty good, pretty nifty. And the way that I like to use them is by just taking a pair of tweezers, soaking it in IPA, and just giving it a nice rub like that. Whilst they are very, very good, it can be actually quite easy to knock components, I feel, with these sponges if you're not being careful. But what I love about them is that they don't leave behind any fibers, which is what the bamboo earbuds will do, as well as, can you hear there though, it's like breaking down. And then what I don't want to do is knock components off and do all of that. But this board does not have any heat in it whatsoever, and look how much of a good job it's doing, just taking off the flux that's just been sat around. So yeah, I do like these little cleaning sponges. They do fall apart quite easily, as you can tell, but probably not as easy as what these bamboo ones fall apart. That's now dry. What happens if I just take like a bit of flux, put it there, give it some hot air? Now this is Kingbo, which is known for actually being quite easy to clean up. So if I take this, yeah, am I the biggest fan of these? Because they seem to leave quite a few fibers around, and it gets caught on a lot of the components. To be honest, not necessarily a massive recommendation. I'm not too happy with these. I should have known that when I saw that they were bamboo, to be honest, but it is what it is. Yeah, there's too many fibers being left by these. I don't think I'm going to use them. Well, that was an absolute, utter waste, wasn't it? But the Nano sponges, I can definitely vouch for. What's next in the goodie bag? This is something I've been meaning to buy for years, if I'm being honest. Absolute years. Oh. Well, I think it's all over my my packaging. Oh no! I'm just gonna have put this here just for like a screenshot, I guess, so I can use it in the sake of for the sake of getting some more. I think that's exploded. Oh, this isn't turning out to be a very good haul, is it? I definitely didn't expect this for like my first video on this stuff, you know. Oh wow, yeah, okay, fine. Well, let me just cut this open. I mean, it stinks. Absolutely stinks. It's done such a good job of like, again, I'm just going to take another picture. It's done such a good job of like not allowing me to get into it that I believe the product itself was meant to be pretty good. It's glue. That's what this is. Specifically, it's B7000. I mean, it says clear contact. I don't think it is clear, to be honest with you. Actually, is it T7000 or B7000? It's T7000. So again, I'll send them a picture of that and just explain what's happened. What's next, Joey? This one. This I'm excited for. I see every other tech YouTuber use this bad boy, and I've been meaning to buy it for such a long time, but I just haven't. This is a fluid dispenser, aka an IPA machine. What do you do, Joey? What do you mean it's an IPA machine? You unscrew this bad boy lid. How easy does that actually screw on? Yeah, quite well. And then you flip this, you push this button like this. Oh, stuck. Why is it sticking? Is it meant to stick? Have I been scammed? It's not, what I mean by this is, for example, when I push it down, it's just kind of getting stuck. Oh, now it's okay. No, look. It's getting stuck. Does that mean that the liquid's just going to fall out completely? Let me check something. So what you do is you pour your IPA in here. And I hope it just doesn't dissolve, right? And then you screw this bad boy on. And then you should... Oh man, it's just getting stuck. I don't believe it. I mean, this is... that looks really bad. If I just like push it, it's leaking everywhere as well. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how good this one is. I mean, it has the lid, which is pretty cool. But then I don't know if it soaks back in. If I do that, yeah, I don't think this is a great one, to be fair. I know that there's different variants out there. Maybe I've just gone for like the ultimate cheap one. But I mean, it's cool. I love the aspect of it. I just don't want it to dry out my IPA. That's the issue. I mean, I'll give it some use case and see how I get on. Oh, to be fair, I think it's okay now. Wait, did I just need some IPA? Maybe I just needed some IPA. It might have just been clogged or something. Like a defective one. Wait there. Is that going to work now? I'm going to waste so much IPA here. No, it's just stuck down completely. What's going on? Okay, well, maybe I'll be on the lookout for one of these. I mean, I'll leave it, again, down below in the comments. Maybe I did just get a defective one. You can understand how it's meant to work. You push it down, and it brings IPA up. Lord glove, this is really not going well. I thought this would go a lot better than what it currently is. I'll tell you that for free. Hopefully, our next thing can save the day, which is what, Joey? New flux. Everybody has been ranting and raving about this flux. I hear people talk some really, really good stuff about it. It's called Nano Flux Paste. Again, by Mechanic specifically. It says M35. How does it... Oh, there's a lot of stuff that's falling out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. One of my friends, Alan, at the repair shop that I used to work at, is swearing by this stuff. How does that... Does that just spin off or something? What's going on there? What I like about it is that it comes with the spudger, which is nice. There is a little bit of an air bubble in there. I'm not too fussed about that, however. But it comes with the spudger itself, and it just comes like this, which is, you know, it has its premium price. It is more expensive than what Kingbo is, but I'm excited to give this a test. It seems to be pretty thick, as well as the fact that I hear it's like a no scent, as far as I'm aware. So let me just stick this on the end. Do I have to twist it, or is that just going to sit there like that? I think it might just sit there like that, hey? Oh, it's not like a twist on. I don't know how I feel about that. It's not a twist-on situation. Make sure it's coming out. Yeah, it is. Right, let me go over to, again, the microscope and just give it a quick play test. But yeah, apparently what I like about this is the fact that it's no fumes, no smell. So I will I mean, I've got my fume extractor on anyway, regardless, because I'm not a crazy person. But let me just take this random board. I've got my Hakko soldering iron. Or shall I use my Metcal? I might use my Metcal to see how well it does. How does it look, first of all? We can clearly see it's clear. Look at that. Oh, shiny. Shiny and clear. I set the Metcal, which is the thinner one. I just want to see what the smokiness is like. Next to nothing. Wow. Okay. That seems to be pretty... Ignore that broken pad. It was broken before. That seems to be pretty good. Wait there. Let's see what the situation is here. Let's apply some solder. I think right there, my tip's quite corroded. Wait there. Not corroded. Oxidized. That's what I was looking for. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, actually, yeah, let's just bung a load of solder on and just see how the flux works, shall we? I think my iron's bust, you know. It's almost like I was melting plastic on an Xbox Series X recently. Let me come in with the Hakko. Let's try that again. Ah, so much better with the Hakko. Again, loads of rip pads on this, but you can see, all right, that does a much better job. Look at that. Yeah, I think my iron's bust. That's a pad, by the way. Wow, that actually does nice work. Let me just run it over this USB-C port here. I also want to see how it cleans up as well, you know. Can you see that we've got that big blob there? I want to see how it reacts with this big blob. See that? I mean, it does, yeah, it does a job. Look, it moves it. This is not what I would usually do, by the way. It is just, I'm just testing this. Look, it moves it quite nice. Let's add some more flux. The job of the flux is just to make our life that little bit easier, you know, when it comes to the soldering aspect. And it helps the solder flow, and it does a good job of that. I've put way too much solder down here. But I'm excited to use this, you know. Give it a real test run. Taking my iron off like now. How easy does it clean? Is it really sticky? Oh. Oh. I like that. I like that. This might be the definition of like no clean. And I can confirm no smell. I have got my fume extractor on, but you know, even at Kingbo gives off a little bit of a scent at this point. Whereas this, I can't smell anything. That cleans really nice. Wait, I just want to see like what it looks like if we just burn it, you know. So let me just put this down here. I'm going to leave my soldering iron on this location, and I'm going to just leave it here. Let's see what happens. I want to see smokiness. Oh, there's like next to no smokiness. There's a tiny bit, and it's not burning. Look. That's insane. It's not burning. Why is it not burning? I'm very impressed with that. It's not bubbling. It's not boiling. It's not burning. Just look how easy that is to like add stuff. What? There we go. It's now burning. But that might be from the solder that I've just added. If anything, is cleaning it. And let me just take off all these caps for the fun of it. But yeah, it's doing a great job. If I do the same with let me do the Kingbo, right? We did a Kingbo like here. I don't actually know, you know, how this is going to... Oh, I think my needle's clogged. Whoop, that's better. Okay. Let me use my soldering iron here. Yeah, there's a lot more smoke. A lot more smoke. And you can see it bubbling. But in terms of it actually burning, look. Yeah, that's why I love Kingbo, man. And again, the smell isn't too bad. But I think there's a lot more smoke on the Kingbo. And there is a smell. There is a scent. It's definitely not horrendous. Like, this clear flux, this is magic. This is really strange. You know, there's no... I shouldn't say no, but hardly any smoke and no smell. That's amazing. Just for... like, I'm talking general... generic use case here, you know. That's so good, and it does well. See if I can move some stuff about. If I just bridge all of these together like that, a little bit more. I need more solder here. I think I've just destroyed this inductor coil, to be honest. I'm just trying to get a bridge. I probably like using the worst place to do this. I do want these caps up here. There we go. Just a bunch of solder, right? Let's come in with this flux, the mechanic flux. Can we take one good thing from this video? Let's see. Well, it's just taking the caps off, but you get my point. The solder flows really well when the flux is in and around the vicinity. It does a great job. I'll tell you what. Let's take this bad boy off. I just want to see how it copes with pads. All right, coming in with our flux. In an ideal use case scenario, I'd now just be adding leaded solder before I was wicking. Wow, look at that. Okay. Yeah, this definitely gets a pass. 100%. And then if I... You know, it might take a while for me to get used to it and actually try it properly, but... Wow, it does a great job. That, again, that burning is probably from the wick itself more so than the flux. And then to clean. Wow. Yeah, this does a good job. This does a good job. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I just want to test one more flux, right? I've got some Styri that I also recommend. This is HTTF. I want to see what the burning rate on this is. This one does smell. And as you can see, it's got like that different color look to it as well. Still great flux. Yeah, a little bit more. I just want to see how much this smokes. Let's see. Wow, you can see the bubbling. Look at the bubbling. Look at the color. Can you see it just going? See that? Still does really well though. Still does really well. So yeah, it's good. It's slight, ever so slightly fluxy smell. Yeah, this is probably the strongest smell out of the Kingbo and the other one. The other one, this NanoFlux stuff here just does not. There is no smell whatsoever. Okay, sweet. Well, I mean, it definitely wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be with some of the stuff that we had, but let me know down below in the comment section if you're looking forward to me playing around with these soldering irons and doing maybe a little bit of a comparison between the two. Also, again, I mean, if there is anything, which I would be surprised that you want to purchase from seeing this video, I'll leave it down below in the description. And if you want to see more of these videos specifically, if you see something on AliExpress that you think, hey, Joey, could you look at this? Then please just let me know and I'll get my hands on it if I can. But the biggest win so far has definitely been this NanoFlux paste. I'm excited to dive into that a little bit more and use it more broadly. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed in some slight way. Like the video if you did, and as always, I shall see you in the next one. Peace.